Everyone's predicting what Rockstar will show on August 27th. Map reveal, character switching, robberies, cars, boats, the HUD, no HUD, alligators with advanced emotional needs. There are 30-minute videos breaking down a presentation that nobody outside Rockstar has actually seen. And honestly, that's part of the fun. We're all curious. I'd happily spend an afternoon wondering whether Lucia can buy a jet ski and then immediately lose it in a drainage ditch. But the most accurate response to any detailed running order is still you don't know. So rather than guessing every individual thing that might appear, I wanted to ask a more useful question. What kind of reveal is this? Is August 27th Rockstar's one enormous gameplay presentation, covering everything before launch? Or is it the beginning of a longer rollout? Because we can actually investigate that. Rockstar has been making structured gameplay reveals for years. They have patterns, dates, runtimes, and intervals. Once you count all of them, rather than just remembering GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, a very different picture appears. Rockstar's original format wasn't one gameplay video, it was a series. Here's the confirmed bit. Grand Theft Auto 6, an extended look premieres on August 27, 2026. It starts on Netflix at 3 o'clock Eastern, stays exclusive there for 6 hours, and then arrives on Rockstar's YouTube channel and the GTA 6 website at 9 o'clock Eastern. So if the Netflix arrangement annoys you, it isn't permanently locked behind Netflix. It's just delayed elsewhere for 6 hours, which is still slightly irritating if you've spent the afternoon avoiding thumbnails made entirely from red circles. Take 2. Boss Strauss Zelnick has called it a must-see event. When Jason Schreier asked whether it would feel like watching a Netflix show, Zelnick said yes. Schreier has also reported that it's expected to be a meaty look at actual gameplay, going beyond the cinematic trailers. That's strong reporting, but it isn't official confirmation from Rockstar. Rockstar itself hasn't explicitly promised gameplay, confirmed the runtime, shown a map, or told us whether we'll see a HUD. There's a 20-minute runtime floating around online, but that's a rumor. We don't know. What we can measure is how Rockstar has handled these reveals before. Before YouTube presentations became the standard, Rockstar relied heavily on magazine cover stories, especially Game Informer. You'd get screenshots, long-written previews, and descriptions from journalists who'd watched a controlled demonstration. Then in December 2009, Rockstar started doing something much more direct. Red Dead Redemption received the first entry in what Rockstar itself called a gameplay video series. Not one trailer with a couple of action shots tucked between dramatic dialogue. A proper narrated explanation of the game, its world, and its systems. The first video arrived on December 15th, a full 154 days before launch. Then Rockstar made another one, and another. Red Dead Redemption eventually received 5 gameplay videos totaling about 17.5 minutes. They arrived roughly every 32 days, and each one focused on a different part of the experience. That matters because GTA 5 is often treated as the beginning of Rockstar's gameplay presentation format. It wasn't. Rockstar had already built the format years earlier, and the defining feature of that early format was repetition. You introduced the world, then came back later to explain another layer. Combat could have its own video. The open world could have its own video. Multiplayer could have its own moment. Rockstar didn't have to explain an entire game in one sitting. That approach also gave them something useful every few weeks. Instead of spending all their marketing energy on one upload, they could restart the conversation repeatedly on the road to launch. And Red Dead Redemption wasn't an isolated experiment. It became the template for the next several major releases. LA Noire followed in 2011 with 3 gameplay videos. The first arrived 97 days before launch. Across the full set, Rockstar released just under 10 minutes of gameplay presentation, with the videos appearing roughly 35 days apart. Then came Max Payne 3, and Rockstar stretched the series back out to 5 parts. Its first gameplay video landed 180 days before launch. The 5 videos totaled almost 17 minutes, and the average gap was around 36 days. So across Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire, and Max Payne 3, The rhythm is remarkably consistent, 3 to 5 videos, usually around 3 or 4 minutes each, arriving about once a month. That's 13 individual gameplay videos across 3 games. It's not a tiny sample hidden in an old social media post. This was Rockstar's standard method for explaining its games over multiple years. The series era began well before GTA 5, and it often began much earlier in the marketing cycle than anything Rockstar does now. That last point is important. August 27th isn't the earliest gameplay reveal Rockstar has ever done. Max Payne 3 started 180 days out. Red Dead Redemption started 154 days out. LA Noire started 97 days out. The accurate claim is narrower. For Rockstar's modern reveal era, 84 days is the longest lead we've seen. GTA 5 changed the pattern. Its official gameplay video arrived 70 days before launch and ran for 4 minutes and 51 seconds. It introduced the world, the 3 protagonists, character switching, heists, and a rapid selection of things to do around Los Santos. Then that was basically it for the main game. There was a separate GTA Online gameplay video, but GTA 5 itself didn't receive the numbered multi-part explanation used for those earlier releases. It compressed the job into one extremely efficient presentation. Because GTA 5 is the Rockstar reveal most people remember, that single video approach now feels normal. Historically, it was the outlier. 5 years later, Red Dead Redemption 2 moved back towards the older structure. Its first official gameplay video arrived 78 days before launch and ran for 6 minutes and 6 seconds. Part 2 followed 53 days later, just 25 days before release, and ran for another 4 minutes and 24 seconds. The split made sense. The first video could breathe, showing the world, camp life, conversations, and Arthur's relationship with his horse. The second could handle combat, robberies, and the more action-heavy systems, so the full record looks like this. 5 parts for Red Dead Redemption, 3 for LA Noire, 5 for Max Payne, 3, 1 for GTA 5, then 2 for Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar's historical default is a series. GTA 5 is the exception people accidentally turned into the rule. GTA 6 launches on November 19th. August 27th is 84 days before that date. Again, that isn't Rockstar's earliest gameplay reveal ever. The older series began much earlier, but it is the longest lead in the modern era, compared with 70 days for GTA 5 and 78 for Red Dead 2. That creates an odd situation if the extended look is a one-off. Rockstar would be putting its only major gameplay explanation further from launch than either of its previous modern campaigns, then leaving nearly 3 months with no follow-up presentation. That's possible, technically. Rockstar could upload 6 minutes of Jason buying flip-flops and disappear into the sea until November. But it doesn't fit the history. The title matters too. An extended look sounds substantial, especially beside the Netflix presentation and the promise that it'll feel like a show. Rockstar's presentation runtimes have also moved upwards. GTA 5 ran just under 5 minutes. Red Dead 2's first part passed 6. A longer presentation is reasonable to expect. Something in the 6 to 15 minute area would fit the trend. But no runtime has been confirmed, and extended doesn't automatically mean 20 minutes. More importantly, longer doesn't mean final. Rockstar can give us a substantial first look and still save entire categories for later. And then Strauss Zelnick more or less said this out loud. He described the August 27th premiere as one of the hors d'oeuvres, with appetizers, a main course, and dessert to follow. That's not the language of a single reveal followed by silence. It's a sequence. There's more food coming, apparently enough to make the marketing department regret choosing this metaphor around lunchtime. Now, he didn't officially announce Extended Look Part 2. We should be precise about that. Rockstar hasn't confirmed another video, a title, or a date. But when the historical record points towards multiple parts, the 84-day lead leaves room for multiple parts, and the CEO says August 27th is one of several courses. The conclusion becomes fairly strong. The extended look is almost certainly not the whole gameplay reveal, it's the first one. This next bit is prediction, not confirmation. If Rockstar copies Red Dead 2's 53-day gap, a second presentation would arrive around October 19th. If it copies Red Dead 2's placement of Part 2, which was 25 days before launch, that gives us roughly October 25th. And if Rockstar goes further back to the older series cadence of one video about every month, we could get separate beats in late September and late October. Those are 3 different methods, but they all point towards the same general window. August introduces the broad experience, then October becomes the obvious place for a more focused follow-up before the November 19th release. A September update is plausible if this becomes a full series. An October update looks even more likely based on Red Dead 2. Rockstar could also choose something completely different, because companies are annoyingly capable of ignoring the spreadsheet you've lovingly made about them. Still, this is a prediction built from actual intervals rather than vibes. We've got 5 parts, 3 parts, 5 parts, 1 part, and 2 parts. We've got average monthly spacing from the early series and a 53-day gap from the latest one. August 27th looks much more like the start of a schedule than the end of one. The final clue is Netflix. Rockstar already has an enormous audience on YouTube. GTA 6 Trailer 1 has hundreds of millions of views. The people watching GTA channels every day don't need a 6-hour Netflix exclusive to discover that the game exists. Pre-orders opened on June 25th, and Zelnick has called the response unprecedented and astonishing. He also said it was so unprecedented that we just don't know how it'll translate into sales. Take-Two hasn't provided raw numbers, but pre-orders reportedly surpassed its internal forecasts. The committed audience is already committed. August 27th appears aimed at the next group, people who know GTA 6 exists but haven't decided they need it on day one, people who don't follow frame analysis, patent filings, or arguments about whether a blurry circle is a weapon wheel. People who might notice GTA because it suddenly appears beside the shows and films they already watch. That also tells us what the first extended look probably needs to do. It needs breadth, clarity, and spectacle. It needs to explain the fantasy quickly. Vice City, Jason and Lucia, crime, driving, the scale of the world, and the variety of things happening inside it. Deep mechanical details can come later, especially if this really is a series. Netflix isn't just a strange place to upload a trailer, it changes the audience in the room. This presentation isn't primarily trying to reward people who pre-ordered months ago, it's trying to convert everyone who hasn't. So when August 27th arrives, the biggest question may not be whether Rockstar shows the map, the HUD, or one particular activity. It's whether the presentation makes someone who wasn't planning to buy GTA 6 stop, watch, and finally understand why they might want to.